Welcome to the Nagual Zone. I'm Anaam. Today I want to discuss something that has become extremely urgent in human existence now. You and I know how distracting, addictive I call them P.A.D.s, personal addiction devices, these little gadgets. You have seen people completely immersed in them. I have seen people walking on the road completely oblivious. I've even seen a group of people standing together, all of them on their personal addiction devices. And this is common now. It is very, very likely that the next human being you look at is looking down into a soul-sucking screen. And there is usually no good reason for it. They're not dying, having to call the police. There's no emergency. Nothing is actually happening. And so what that has done is it is leeching the ability of humans to be aware. It is completely taking that ability away. People are lost in their heads to a degree that has not been possible till now. This is only going to get worse. And today I want to give you a couple of things for you to practice so you can build yourself up. You can arm yourself with at least with knowing what to do. And you can do this. The two things I'm going to tell you are very easy to do. But will you do it regularly, every day, each day, throughout the day? Or is it easier to regularly, each day, throughout the day, look at the personal addiction device instead? Have you noticed how disciplined people are with their P.A.D.s? Incredible amounts of focus, discipline, punctuality. They'll be late to important things in life, but very punctual when it comes to checking their personal addiction devices. Fully focused. People have a lot of trouble even listening to one sentence that someone is saying to them in the real world. But when they're on their personal addiction devices, they're completely focused and it's brilliant. Everyone's a winner when they're staring at their phone. If you value your sanity, you know what I'm talking about. If you value your sanity, do these two things I'm telling you relentlessly every day. So here's what I want you to do. First off, every time you get your soul sucked out into the screen, they're called screens for a reason. What are you being screened from? Every time your soul you choose to let your soul get sucked out into your personal addiction device. When you snap out of that hypnotism, try and estimate, okay, well, that was about 5 minutes wasted of my precious life. Okay, the next 5 minutes, I will be investing into making myself more powerful. Okay, first off, you need to develop this mindset. If you do not develop this mindset, you won't even do these two simple things that I'm going to tell you. And they're very effective. So first off, make a promise to yourself. Every time I am finished, I've snapped out of this hypnotism of my personal addiction device, I'm going to invest at least half of that time, if not that full time that was wasted, at least half of the time doing one of these two things or these two things simultaneously. All right? So make sure that you make yourself this unbreakable promise. Don't prove to yourself that you are more focused and motivated in self-destruction than you are in self-construction. Don't do it. It's a very bad proof to give to yourself. So now I know you can do it. So let's get this done. The first and most important practice that you can ever do in life, nothing will top this one. I promise you, nothing will top this one. Learn to enter listening mode. Listening mode. There's a way that we can be in listening mode. So go ahead and try it now. Just close your eyes and just enter that. You know what that means. Enter that listening mode. And then once you are in that listening mode, you're listening 360 degrees. You're listening to everything around you. Just take a few steps, walk around, but keep that listening mode intact. Initially, even that may be difficult. Initially, just sustaining listening mode for more than a second or two might be very difficult. Perhaps after a year, 2 years of relentless practice, like I told you, at least half the time or full time that was wasted in your personal addiction device, if you are going to invest, then if you do this over time, your ability to remain in a relaxed listening mode, not stressed listening, relaxed listening mode, not intent, not like crazy inside you listening, just relaxed, just listening. That ability will grow and you will become more and more relaxed in your listening, and it'll become a habit. And then eventually, as you learn to walk, make some motion while sustaining the listening mode, you'll get used to that. That may take a few years as well. But again, every time you've used your personal addiction device, you know what to do. Then take it out into your world, into your daily life. Throughout the day, try and maintain listening mode as much as possible. Think when you need to, but default yourself. Right now, your default nervous system state, your default body state is thinking. Your mind just vomiting shit in your head. That has to change. If you value sanity, that has to change. I don't care how intelligent you think you are, how many qualifications you have, how smart you think you are than the others. I'm awake. I'm a conspiracy theorist. I know everything. I don't care. No one cares. Okay? Doesn't make you smart. Doesn't make you intelligent. Not at all. Do this and let's see how smart you really are. Okay? Invest in yourself. The more you put in, the more you'll get out of it. Try and switch your default, which is in a self-destructive mode of endless thinking, into a holistic, constructive mode of endless listening. Simply listen. Be, as you're walking down the road, be in listening mode. Simply listen. Second one, it's very effective, is the rule of two. What does that mean? Is either with your eyes, see if you can watch two things at the same time. So 2 cars at the same time, 2 parked cars at the same time, 2 houses at the same time. which means you'll have to soften your gaze. You won't be able to stare at things and like habitually everyone does. You'll have to soften your gaze and sit into yourself. Two separate windows, two sides of the street together, two lampposts together, two birds together simultaneously, two people simultaneously, not one after the other and switching back and forth, simultaneously. So start being aware of two things at the same time. Make that your default state instead of being aware of one thing, then switching to the next, then switching to the next, then back there, and then this. And eventually, you can take in your entire visual view at the same time and make that your default. But start with 2 and give it a good 2-3 years. Another little pro tip is close your eyes right now and take a nice slow inhale, but inhale through both of your nostrils simultaneously whilst being aware that you are doing that. Exhale the same way whilst being aware that the exhalation is coming out of both nostrils. Do the same again. Now this one you can take wherever you go. So here's how it's going to go. Your personal addiction device stole your soul. Part of your soul was stolen and sucked into it. 2 minutes later, you snapped out of it. You go, oh, I promised myself now to do at least 1 minute, or if I'm really good, 2 minutes of now the rule of 2 and listening mode. If you really want to get very like mission impossible type with it, then put a timer on for 2 minutes or whatever time you think it was that your soul was getting sucked in. And then go into this reset. This will reset your body completely and put you back into your power. And it will replenish your spirit that was sucked out. The rule of 2 and listening mode together if you can, or one or the other. Sometimes it may be one or the other, sometimes it may be both. Just play around with it. Third one, it is kind of the rule of the 2, but it can also be a separate thing, which is very useful, is feel the soles of your feet in contact with whatever they are. Maybe it's the ground, maybe it's the soles of your shoes. Whatever is happening, feel the soles of your feet. You can combine all of this. Listening mode, whilst feeling the soles of your feet, and the rule of 2. On that note, let me know in the comments below how your progress goes. Come back to this video, even if it takes 5 years, 2 years, 1 year, 6 months, 3 months. Come back to this video and put your progress down in the comments. Thank you for watching this far. I will see you in the next video. Walk in freedom. Farewell.